And we're live. Welcome to Thread Review number 192. Or actually, this is our, sixth review?
Yeah.
I suppose? Yeah? Marvelous. We are here today, or tonight, or whatever time zone you're in, with Kelp, myself, Kiyo, Noise, and the Duck. Both bunch of faggots, both know nothing about design, but we're gonna try anyway. We have prepared a bunch of screens to shit on and to praise, and we've highlighted some stuff. So let's just get right to it. Noise, take it away.
Alright, so first screen coming up. Wonderful inclusion. This is the first really early screen in the thread as well. And this is just like, yeah, it's Babby's first rise, I guess. At least he
Definitely
did something.
At least he's listening to a good song.
Did he do
The
this
shrubs, huh?
Is it just me or does this look like Super Widget?
I don't think so. I think
No, it
it's
looks like
KLWP.
KLWP. Because if you look, the font is one of the stock KLWPs.
But it's one of the
makes
stock
sense.
Super as well.
Oh, yeah, it's one of the
That's
stock
true.
Google fonts. Because
But also, is Super even fucking maintained anymore? Like, I have
Nope.
never
No, it's dead.
even considered installing it.
It's dead.
Dude, I started out with Super, don't judge it.
yeah, judge it.
Yeah. But
It's
no,
pretty sad.
that progress bar, which isn't as wide as the fucking track length, and then all the fucking zeros, the 09 AM and the 01 minute and the 03 minutes, it's like,
You.
you don't need that. Like,
No.
we know that it's a zero.
Also, the font does not fit with the icons, like, at all.
In general, this font doesn't fit with anything. It's a pretty bad font. So,
True.
Yeah. Actually, I remember,
Depends.
I think I used it for one of my earliest races, though.
It's like just bad.
Also, the Google pill, like, I don't understand why. I mean, we live in the day and age where you could just say, okay, Google, and
Be part of the
have it
botnet,
pop up,
you know?
like-
Why not?
Avoid the botnet. Delete Google.
Well, yeah.
give your soul to an
Anyway,
advertising
I just want
company.
to bring your attention to that 1 and 0 and all of the numbers are so widely of varying lengths. So when the time changes, the text is going to change and it's going to shift and it's not going to be actually centered or anything.
Yeah.
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 It's going
And, like,
to
half
dance
past,
all over
it's
the
gonna be twice
place.
as long.
But thank God he put boxes around it. It's cool, you know?
Real nice
You know-
boxes.
Well, and the thing is, I think that he has the Sunday 22, it's 22 today.
Yeah. 22.
The 68 Fahrenheit and the 20C for the people who don't understand Fahrenheit.
Wait.
For people who use both in their daily life,
Let's
Why?
not.
they're
let's-
lined up.
let's-
They're
let's-
lined up perfectly with the time.
Wait, why would you have both Celsius and Fahrenheit?
to satisfy the duck.
To satisfy me.
Yeah.
No, and I'm not gonna rant about Fahrenheit versus
No.
Celsius, but you put both of them though. You are comfortable with one of the two. There's nobody in the fucking world who's completely used to both.
Who was the artist that started the debate between imperial and metric units?
That was definitely me. Look at my newest.
Probably
tweet on
Napoleon.
The fucking IRC, bro. It's
Fuck
great.
Yeah, with the duck and the
Fuck you.
yeah.
I got so heated up.
Dude, I get
I was honestly
Anyway, let's
thinking
not
of
talk
batting
about it.
everyone.
Let's focus on the right.
All right.
Also, the wallpaper is 35 seconds in Photoshop garbage. And it's blurred to shit. And you can see there's tons of. Is there tons of banding present in the fucking thread as well?
I don't think
is
it's
that
just
just-
banding.
Because I'm seeing lots of banding on.
Yeah, me too.
No, there's not banding in the actual image though.
Oh yeah, it's
Damn it,
yeah,
Noise, you fucked it up again.
It's
Worthless.
Anyway,
I have
let's
to,
just talk about the icons a bit.
yeah. Well,
It's
They're garbage.
the
It's
one
Min.
guy.
Kyo,
What
go
are the
on, go
icons
on.
called? I know exactly the icon pack, and it's never been consistent. I mean, the phone icon is large, then the messaging icon is small, then the Chrome icon is large, and the fucking camera has holes in it.
It's funny though.
It doesn't fit it with anything, and it never did, and it never will, and it's actually abandoned.
Yeah, but
And the font is also abandoned. And if he used Zooper, that is also abandoned.
Wait, are we seeing a 2008 Rise on a 2019 phone?
Honestly,
Well,
or like
probably.
y'all remember fucking Wycons? Oh my god, that's the worst
Yeah, I
icon
do.
pack.
That was
but
the
Mint
epidemic.
is very
The
close.
fucking
still
epidemic.
around though. But
I
one
used
thing
Mint
I
for a
wanna,
while, but
one thing I want to say is that the camera icon, I actually like it better when it's blown up, like to highlight it, like I did to highlight it, rather than when it's small. Like it looks
Exactly.
so big.
well, the thing is that it doesn't have a consistent contrast. That's the biggest thing. Is that next to the chrome, it looks way darker because it has that
Yeah.
big ass dark hole in it.
Yeah.
If it was just white, or if it just had like a small dark ring in it, it would be an overall better icon. But it just looks trash.
But it's
Just
still,
looks trash.
the size still wouldn't fit.
Yeah.
The icons
So-
are
No, yeah.
trash.
One last.
They're pure fucking trash.
Honestly, like, and also the lack of color. Like, I understand like the grayscale meme, like whatever, but like, stop.
Honestly,
just put a little bit of effort into finding good colors. Like, that's it. That's all you have to do.
honestly, I suck at colors so much, I tend to avoid using them in the first place.
Well,
Like, if you
sure.
looked at most of my
Just
rices,
take
they're
the
like
jump.
monotone.
Take
When
the
I
jump,
do,
like,
my
it's-
rice
it's
turns
good.
out to be shit. To be honest.
I agree.
Yeah,
You need to
because you're not
practice
very
more.
good at colors. You need to practice.
Well, of course.
And this motherfucker needs to do colors too, because like honestly, if he'd used like Crichton, which is like a pastel color thing, and then he instead had a colorful background instead of that gray one, it would probably look a lot nicer.
And
Yeah,
if he
true.
removed those boxes,
Oh, and fix
Boxes.
the alignment, which we haven't even mentioned.
oh
Yeah.
god, the alignment.
Basically,
it's
if he
well
changed
highlighted.
everything about this, it would look a lot better.
Yes, yes. If you made it look better, it will look better. Thanks for
What
the
if
clarification.
what if this is just a fucking bait, like home screen, like
I-
that? Remember that
it's-
Trump gold one that was big for a
It's
while?
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
good bait.
that was interesting.
That's like
The
But
funny
this
thing
is-
is that
That-
Trump
that
gold
was-
one was like actually a good rice.
Yeah.
That was bait, but it took effort. It took actual effort. And that's what made
You
it
see,
good.
if this was bait, then it's all too subtle, and the only one it would trigger are us.
yeah, like it's too good
Well,
to be.
I'm actually suspecting this is one of your rices, like one of you guys. You just made it. You just posted it.
Just to
I,
trigger everyone.
I make
Yeah.
bait rices sometimes, but not often. And the rice I
So-
posted in this thread is like trash though. Like I literally spent like 10 seconds on
Yeah.
it.
All right. So
Let's talk about the alignment. Let's please just talk about the alignment.
yeah, well, it's clearly
What
highlighted.
alignment? What
What
alignment?
Look at the
alignment?
purple
What,
lines.
what in any of this is aligned besides the
Why the
Sunday
fuck-
22 with the 09:21 a.m.?
Why the fuck is the box for the apps longer than anything else?
And
Wait,
there's
Why
I
is
don't
there
understand
so
why.
much white space in the music
The guy
player?
might need to fit more
You know
apps.
what?
Come
Actually,
on.
you know what I think he might have been going for, honestly? This is kind of reminiscent of like some of Top Cook's fucking rices or Mango now. But the thing is that Mango actually does shit with his rices. Like he actually
Yeah.
like, puts effort in it, and so like. And the biggest thing about Mango's rices is that the colors are really, really good, except for when he does an OLED rice, and then that in that case, then it's the shapes that he uses that are really
Yeah.
but like it's like he was trying to go like he saw like Mango's rices and he's like, oh, I really like that, and then he like tries to do it but like fails at every single step.
See, I see that. I think that he deserves some points for effort because this is obviously baby's first rice,
Yeah,
but nothing,
actually
nothing
really say
in
first
this rice actually matches. Look at the music controls; they're so
oh my god,
so close to the border.
oh
Yeah.
my god. He rated the OP peak minimalism 10 out of 10.
oh, did
Jesus
you really?
Christ.
Maybe it
Yeah.
is great.
And
What's
was
the OP on that
I
thread?
think it's the one with the it's
It's
the
a
one
Joy
with the
device.
fucking absolutely unreadable fucking bars.
Joy device.
I see it.
It's a good one. It's the good one.
It's
Yeah.
good, but his newest iteration actually is pretty good. too. I like it.
I don't like it.
Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
let's give
Oh, yeah.
numerals, boys.
Yeah. So I would say, like, just to smooth it out, 10 out of 10, the best thing you've ever seen. Probably a personal favorite.
Yeah.
1
Yeah.
is like, this is trash. There's no effort. Anyone can do this. Whatever.
Yes.
And 5 is like an average.
See, that's the thing is,
somewhat thought out rice.
I don't think that anyone could do this. I think the natural inclination would be to do it better. Like if it was just like a random fucking monkey was doing it, like I would believe this.
Exactly.
Yeah, but think about the average Android user's phone. Like
No.
how would it look?
No,
We are
stock
not
is
going
better
to
than
think
this.
about the
Like if
average
you're gonna
Android
compare
user.
stock, there's a stock one later. Like this looks worse than stock.
No. There's stock
we have
that
to-
a person has like explored and worked with and fucked with his icons and whatever. And then there's the stock that normal people have, like people who don't give a shit about how their phone looks.
Normal people.
This
don't
is
give a
one
shit.
step above that.
All right, but so here's the thing, right?
Anyway,
we have to
boys,
rate
no
this
morals,
as a
just-
rice. 1 is like literally nothing.
This?
It's 1 effort. This I would give this probably like a 3,
Yeah, honestly, I would say it's either a 2 or a 3.
Yeah.
But like, it's terrible.
because it's not a 1. Because there's some amount of like thought that went into this. Like,
He used one font.
yeah, like someone attempted to try.
It's a 2 for me.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna
Almost
give
one.
this a free on the account that this person has probably managed to download and use KLWP.
That's true.
Mm.
That's true. Like this isn't like stock widgets. Like this isn't like just components that are pre-made
Yeah.
by KLWP. Like he actually made this shit, so I guess I gotta give him points for that. One thing though is why didn't he switch the apps and the music player? Like if you fix the alignment and swap the two, that
It
would
would
make a lot
look
more
better.
sense. It would be a lot more balanced.
You know
Yeah, I
what's
think so,
most
actually.
likely? Most likely
No,
is
man,
that
also,
he
like-
placed. Can I?
Yeah.
No, you
Placed. Sorry.
just talk, bro. Just talk.
So, he placed the apps inside Nova, but the box is in KLWP.
Ooh, that might be it.
Yeah.
I can guarantee it.
Because placing icons in KLWP takes effort. You have to download an extra app. So
Yeah.
No,
But
no,
also,
no.
like, you can make your rice around Nova placement and have it look good.
I've done that
That's-
actually.
all right. But anyways,
Once.
we've given our rating. Let's move on to the next stream. We've been sitting here for like 10 minutes.
Oh,
Oh no,
shit.
this
Yeah, it was.
this feels like a gulp of water
Next screen.
when you're thirsty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like comparatively, it's like immediately better, but there's still some problems.
Yeah. So
Okay, let's just go in order. Kelp, thoughts?
I like the font and I like the color choice. Also, a nice touch is that he picked an album that fits. And also, I really like that fucking wallpaper. I want that wallpaper.
black sand dunes.
But the alignment of the music player, I think there's some work that could be done. And possibly, I don't know if it would look better or worse. Maybe he could change up the icons for the next and last track. But other than that, everything else, no, I like everything else on this.
So yeah, what I really like about this, I actually really like the highlighted text, like the ones I've highlighted to the side there, applications for Olabeira and the song name. I really like the colors behind that. I think it's cool. I think there's definitely more that can be done with it, and I have some great ideas. But yeah, it looks good. Other than that, like I don't really think it's a overall very good rice. Then you have the wonderful album image and those oh so good music controls. And yeah, and you have like the small thing that bugs me is big ordinals, like the 23rd, the ard is like big instead of
Oh, like the fact that it's like a full size
yeah, not
instead of like a
superscript.
superscript.
Yeah. other than that, it's like it's decent rice. Not. It's a subpar decent rice, I guess.
Yeah. So my thoughts on it is well, I like the fact that he has it consistently lowercase. Like if he had some of it uppercase and then Monday lowercase, I'd be like, ah. So I like that, and I do like the font quite a bit. But my biggest issues with it are the leading 0 on the time and on the track, and then the music controls. I think could be a lot better. Like.
Yeah.
If he just used the other icon, like the default icon for next and previous, it would look better. And I want to say that the colors was completely by accident. Like he used the bitmap palette formula that pulls colors from the album art.
Yeah,
so like while it works well, it works well because KillWP is a good app, not because he's good at choosing colors. So like if he was listening to a different album, the colors would change, which is why his background is grayscale, I assume.
That makes sense.
I bet you have something to say about that, Kiyo, with regards to the album image.
Oh, I do. So, the thing I like about this rice is that, as you've said, it's consistently lowercase, and the font is actually good. And I'm really hoping the colors on the highlighted text change in according to the album. I really hope so, because album art can make or break your rice, and more often than not, it's the latter. The thing I don't like is the oversized music controls. They're incredibly oversized. And speaking of oversized, he uses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different font sizes for day of the week, the highlighted text, the date, and the track duration and playing. It just feels all over the place. And the thing I dislike most is that upon first glance, it's just so imbalanced. Applications just seem to be placed randomly. And I don't get a good feel from this rice. I mean, all the specific elements are good. The wallpaper is nice, the font is nice, the color is not pure white, it's off-white, but it just doesn't feel good. It just doesn't.
You know, actually, if he had made the track duration and then the track state right aligned and then right aligned applications, that would probably make it more consistent. And then if he lowers the music just a little bit, it would make it more balanced.
Yeah, if he made everything left aligned, so the applications are also left aligned.
No, if he made applications right
aren't.
aligned, and he made the music
whatever.
Controls and
Not
the
in
track
center.
duration right aligned.
Yeah,
So, like-
that would work.
You would have like an asymmetrical like thingy going on with two leading lines, but I would say if he's left-handed.
Anyway, he put in effort, and
Yeah.
it's nice to see that he actually thought
Yeah.
about some things and he experimented, and that is loads better than what we've been seeing the past few threads. Honestly, it's nice, and I'm not going to shit all over it.
Yeah. I think overall it is a nice rice. There's only a
It's,
couple of issues.
That being said, it's a 5 from me.
Duck.
For me, I would probably say it's like a 6. Like, I think it's better than meh, but not like good. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it's not even particularly creative, but it's better than meh, and it's certainly way better than stock. So
Unmuted and
I
undead.
don't know. I'm somewhere between a 6 and a 7, and honestly, I'm gonna pick 7 on account that this is relatively better when compared to what's
Yeah, sure.
the rest in the thread.
I think I'll go with the 5 on this one.
So
Yep.
Yeah.
Mostly because of the horrendous music controls. But there's some
Oh, yeah.
thought that,
Let's move on. Let's
Yeah.
not just linger on every single
Yeah.
screen.
we spent.
Next up,
Next
it's
up.
this piece of shit.
Yeah. Kali, take it away.
Oh, sure. Who?
yeah, honestly, I dislike anime fonts.
Anime.
Not
Oh,
anime
dude,
fonts,
you're
anime
on a-
wallpapers.
You're on a. Ooh.
Old version?
Yeah, dude. I don't.
Can you send it
Yeah.
on IRC? Oh, okay.
It's
So I
the
just go to the
feels
next
guy.
one, right?
Yeah, just go to the next one. I'll find the other one for you in the meantime.
Hold on, it's the 956 one.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Okay,
956.
got it. It's basic as fuck.
Oh
like-
shit, yeah.
I mean,
I
it
disagree.
looks okay
It
for
looks horrible.
the amount of effort the guy put into this.
None.
It's just that the amount of effort is minimal,
None.
next to none.
Probably
Yes.
should remove this screen too, to be honest. but-
Also, why?
Disgusting.
I hate people who just put mean lock screens or wallpapers in
Fuck.
general.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Come on,
So the thing,
this ruins everything.
for me that really bothers me is the fact that he has a status bar, and then he has like the weather like really fucking big. Like it's like that is like the focus of it,
And
then
it's
the
really
time,
fucking
which is-
thin.
which is like the time, which is way more like important to know
It's-
quickly. Like you can
It's
sit look
like-
at your phone for a few seconds to figure out that, but like to know the time quickly, like that's an important part,
Hey,
and you have
hey.
it fucking tiny up in the corner. Right?
But it's mostly sunny, hello.
Yeah, it's mostly sunny though. And
It's
the,
like he thought about like, I know some text would be good in here. What do I put in there? It probably doesn't matter. Let's just put fucking weather in there. Like,
And
not the
the
clock,
app grid.
not the fucking calendar. Just the
No,
fucking
just-
weather.
you could just
Why?
Also, you
or the
wanna?
other
And to be honest, it's a badly replicated Google pill type of shit.
You wanna tell me why the weather went from 82 to 77 and mostly sunny? From in like
oh
Because
20
he's using
minutes.
2 different weather providers.
no, in negative 20 minutes.
Yeah.
yeah, well,
Well, let's
assuming
not talk
that
about
the,
that because
Or
whatever.
maybe it was the next day. But like that is really weird because it's 9:31 up in the corner,
yeah,
but then it's
956 and it's a
And
9.
here's another thing about this one. It's got zero information on it. Like,
All right, so
Oh,
just-
I do want to
it's,
point out that like that wallpaper that he has as his lock screen is an edit of probably a good image that
Yeah.
just
Probably,
that somebody
yeah.
just slapped the fucking Wojak face on, like which
You know
is
what?
so bothersome.
The thing that
yeah,
bothers me.
that's what it
bothers
looks
me,
like.
On the first screen where it says mostly sunny, it's not blurry. But when you switch to the apps, it's blurry for no apparent reason. There's a ton of space above. And he decided to put the apps in a ridiculously large grid over the only part of the image that actually has content. And that's an incredible faux pas. And no. 2 out of 10, maybe not even that. Jesus Christ. 6.
yeah, I'm giving this a 2. I don't think this deserves more than the first one.
So the reason I
Yeah.
think it deserves more, I'm gonna give it a 4, and the reason I think that it deserves more is because, first of all, that first one just looks wretched, you know, and he used a good wallpaper, at least for his home screen, and it doesn't look absolutely horrible. Like there's not any like huge problems. It's just that there's nothing to it, you know. So it's like minimalism, but like, nah.
And it's not minimalism. It's jerking off to minimalism.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Fuck.
It's minimalism, not minimalism.
All right. I'm gonna follow.
Minimalism.
Well, basically, I'm giving it a 4 on account of what the Duck said.
I just don't really like the black and white, the 2 black icons, even because he blurred it. So there should be no reason to. But moving on, the next screen isn't any better. It's I would say
Oh, it's
worse.
significantly worse. Yeah.
This is his progression.
Look at that clock. Holy
It's
shit.
like it gets worse
Hey,
and worse
hey,
and worse.
I know this one.
Yeah, Kiyo, you remember
Isn't
F?
that the guy?
F?
Isn't that the guy with the Alcatel phone?
Yeah.
The ancient
It's
one.
like
Where he
but-
couldn't
but
install
wait,
KLWP and
did he
used
get a-
Super for everything?
that
Did he
means
get a
He's
better
actually
phone?
improving.
this guy is using this guy is using either super or the other one.
The other widget thing that's
Yeah.
not custom.
Didn't he switch to KWGT?
Yeah, but this isn't the same guy. Cause
Isn't.
no, I'm pretty sure. Cause that guy at least he posts with the trip, so it's not the same guy.
This makes it easy to filter.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm going to kick this
hold
one
on.
off.
Holy shit.
Oh, okay. What?
Hold on. Wait a second. Let me find it in the thread. I think that third one, if fucking the rectangle doesn't go all the way off screen.
No, it doesn't.
What the
No,
fuck?
no, it doesn't.
No, fuck, man.
The rectangle doesn't go all the way off screen, dude.
It's just a train wreck. Like there's.
There's an
Like
idea.
that's
Also-
not even hard to do. Like just make it 20 longer. Like
Yeah. Q, you had some
Yeah,
thoughts.
so the icons are too big, the lines are too close to the icons, the rectangles don't go all the way off screen. What is abide and why does he feel the need to put it there?
I think it's a
The
Big
app-
Lebowski reference.
I suppose, but and the app grid is so nonsensical. You can make it 2x3. No, he made it 2 and 5. Whole fucking shit. Not to mention the
Actually-
actual clock on the last.
I
Yeah.
think the problem here is that he has technically those two icons. I think they're supposed to represent status, like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth.
Why? Then why didn't?
But
he
why
put
make them
off?
icon sized?
Yeah, exactly. And then we go to the last screen and we see the train wreck. That is this clock. It doesn't even location unknown. It's
Dude, I think it's
all over the
default clock in
place.
Super or something.
I
Because it's
don't know,
exactly the
probably.
same as Ach. Yeah,
I
the
don't
guy.
even want to spend time. I feel like I've spent more time talking about this rise than he actually did making it.
I don't think so. I think he
I would
spent
like to
quite a lot
point
of
out-
time.
I would like to
Then
point
he
out
shouldn't have.
after
He
a
shouldn't
couple of reference comparisons, he's using Wycons.
But yeah. I don't think so. I think he's
No,
using
that's-
like a font, like one of the icon fonts.
Like font icon.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
maybe for like the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth, because those are standard material. But like the
Yeah.
Snapchat phone messages and headphones and music, that's Wycons. Like that is
Oh yeah,
like
that's probably
going
right.
over it. It is definitely Wycons.
Anyway, this is. I think this is going to be my first 1 out of 10 in this review.
Yeah, like it's absolutely horrible. But I can't
It's
give it a 1 because
Same.
he downloaded something. I guess I'll give it a 1. I can't give it a 2. It's a 1.
I'm giving this a 1 on account that he put effort into it and it just turned out worse.
Because
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the very first one is like
That's how
twice as
bad
good
he
as the
is.
second one, which is twice as good as the third one.
You know, it's horrible when he could have just left it on stock and it would look better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A quick reminder. It shows progression from left to right. Right. You all got that, but just in case.
Sure.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
it's like he downgrades each time. Like the first one would be better if you just stick a clock instead of get rid of that clock bullshit and then stick a clock underneath it. That would look better.
All right, next one. Let's
Next
go.
screen.
Boom.
This is actually a webm,
Yeah, and the
and
animation.
it
just-
has nice animations. I think we can all agree it has nice animations. And since Noise won't play the webm because it's too much work, we'll just leave it at that. It has nice animations.
Yeah, I couldn't be bothered to set up the OBS thingy
Sure.
to show the webm. So, but yeah, it has a pretty nice animation. Other from that, there's like nothing here. I assume the dots open apps, which is stupid, but at least they look nice and it's
Pretty-
a nice image.
They look
Oh.
okay, and the gradient is nice, and the clock is actually functional. And the little detail that just wins me over is the navigation bar. It's black on the first screen and white on the second, and
Oh
it's
shit,
the
I
little
didn't notice
detail
that.
everyone gets wrong.
I don't think it is different. I think it's just that the contrast makes
It's
it
like a
looks
medium
different.
gray, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, be that as it may, It's nice. It's a nice touch, and it's a nice, simple home screen. And I'm going to give it a 7.
Nice. I'm just
Yeah.
going to say that the navbar definitely isn't intentional because that's the default color, and it's only because of the surrounding colors and the context that it seems to change.
Yeah, and I'm giving it a 7 because the shade of gray that he used in the second screen just doesn't fit at all.
Yeah, it
I mean, why would you
looks
do
like a bit greenish.
I don't know.
Does it?
I've got some spicy opinions about this one actually. I don't think it's
Fire
very
away.
good at all.
By the way,
So first of all,
It's
that
gray.
fucking X, that goddamn X is a
Oh,
blur
shit.
background. It is the background. It's not a solid color, okay?
No,
Yeah.
no.
That's a problem, okay?
I just
Second
noticed
of
that.
all, he made the 11 black instead of gray. He should have made it the gray, but he made it black, so now it sticks out like terribly. And if you actually look at the animations, they are pretty bad because they just play in reverse, and so the bubbles, they move down into the X, and then you can see them through the X, and they're not aligned with the
No.
X, and then they fade out, right?
Okay,
So like
okay.
it just plays it in reverse, and it looks like shit. And then and the movement of the gradient is like fine, but using a gradient that big in KLWP is gonna lead to banding. It maybe doesn't have banding like on his home screen, but even then, it's just like, but yeah, those are my biggest issues with it.
Okay, now that you've said that, I feel obliged to actually lower my rating.
Yeah,
Because I
you
didn't
should.
actually properly look at the webm.
The
Oh my god,
screenshots
and the
look
X.
nice.
Okay,
I
okay,
managed to
okay.
throw the webm in, by the way, so
Oh,
There's some
then I
visual
feel really
reference.
stupid for giving it a 7.
good job, Noise.
5.5.
I'm gonna give this a 5. Looks average.
I'm gonna give it a weak 5. The thing is, it's just the screenshot on the right. Like, if it was just the screenshot on the right, it would be an overall better rice. But because it has those animations and that shitty, terrible fucking X, it's bad. It's bad.
yeah, I agree with the X. Like it's kind of cool,
I mean,
but since the X is
It's not
too
kind
thin,
of cool. The background is actually pixelated inside of the X. No.
yeah, it is. But like,
Shit, nigga, what are you doing?
all right.
Did you post an updated PDF? Oh yeah, you did. Okay.
Yeah,
Moving
so
on.
like he has, I it's a bit
sorry.
confusing because there's so many similar rises with the circles around this post time of this post, but this
I know,
think
I
this is
did.
the-
I did one as well.
Oh,
My bad.
nice. So it's so confusing.
But not in this thread.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, anyways, I just despise having dots that is presumably open apps. I can't stand it. So, but visually, I think it looks fairly appealing. So I'm giving it a 6.
Okay.
Alright.
Boom. Moving on.
Moving on.
So context for this, the
And so
first
I'll
and the
give it-
last screen. Oh yeah, Duck, you can.
Yeah. So the first and the last screen are his actual rice, but that middle one is actually I pulled it into Photoshop and I like edited it and then I sent it and I posted it in the thread. I was like, this is what you should do to make it not look bad. And then he tried to follow it.
He exactly
Admirable.
followed it, but
Yeah.
like,
No, there's a couple problems with the size of
well,
it.
yeah, he didn't think about it, but he like tried to copy it
Yeah.
exactly. So
So let me get this straight. In the PDF I see 2 images.
Oh no! Look at the updated PDF he posted
Oh,
in the
fucking
IRC.
hell, Noise, Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
how
I
many
told
PDFs
you
I need to
guys.
Post.
I told you
Where the
guys
fuck- Where the fuck is it?
so many times.
Where the
But
fuck
the
is it?
important thing is that
There it
I
is.
have it and it's recording at least.
Yeah.
But let's see on his
Hold on.
improvements from one to the next. He removed his app drawer indicator, which is nice. Made his
Yeah.
icon smaller, which
Okay, there.
visually looks a bit better. Usability probably suffers a bit because I assume his screen is pretty small, seeing as he makes his info huge.
Yeah, I
Um,
suppose that it is. Anyway, the volume and the air, whatever that is supposed to be, on
Probably
the Photoshop
humidity.
suggestions. On the Photoshop suggestion, it's kind of reddish and reminds me of Grovebox, the icon theme.
Yeah, he did
it's-
change the colors, yeah.
Kind of, but it doesn't work. The
No.
colors just seem all over the place. And is that fucking album art? Please tell me yes it is. No,
Yeah, it looks like it is.
no, 0 out of 10 immediately. I am so fucking allergic to that. No.
If he had grayscaled the album art and then colorized it to be the color of the background, it'd probably be better.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or if he made the text grayscale. Or
Yeah.
shades of gray.
So if I
Dark
had space on the page to highlight a thing of this, I would just highlight the enormous, vast expanse of nothing
Oh.
in the.
Yeah.
I
What's-
guess
what's
you
the-
would say the lower
What's the deal?
left corner. So
I don't
Yeah.
know.
like, what is that? It's nothing. Nothing.
If you were to add like a little avatar, like even like in this case, I think weeb shit might even benefit the rice.
Yeah.
Like if you put like a little lolly like fucking smiling or some shit, or one of those like absolutely fucking meme like cyberpunk anime chicks, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it would look better because there wouldn't be that huge empty space, because
Yeah.
it is very 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 top heavy. But
It's
I don't
very
know. It doesn't bug me as much.
It's probably the same brain defect in this guy and you, so it's probably
Fuck
makes
you.
sense.
But the other thing is like he didn't notice that I made the clock the same height as the music controls, and so the clock goes up in between the music controls, but not perfectly in the middle, which is an ouchie.
Yeah, it's just like a lack of sense of proportions and stuff. So
Yeah.
Let me just go a little meta. Meta, whatever. The thing we see very often in these threads are copycats. They find a nice design and they try to copy it and they do it horribly. And most of all, they don't see what's wrong with it. They no sense of aesthetic, just the undying need to be different and to have something that normal normies don't. The thing is, those people are more likely to actually show off their home screens, their terrible little home screens, and be proud of them. And it's what we're seeing with this rice, the first rice, and the rice before that. It's just garbage, garbled little messes of icons and random colors, and I don't even feel the need to rate them.
that's true.
Ooh,
That reminds me.
pretty rough there.
I was editing my home screen, right? Oh
Yeah.
shit! I posted it. Yeah, I was editing my home screen in class, before class, and a guy saw it and asked me if holy shit, how you do that? And that's like, and
It doesn't even feel good though, because then you feel like you have to explain it to him.
yeah,
Yeah, imagine explaining it. I tried a few times, it never ended well. It's like you just do this and learn KLWP, and you just come off as autistic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
To me
When people
once.
ask me how I do that to my phone, I'm just like, oh, it's just this dumb app, it's like a stupid hobby, and like I just
Yeah.
drop it there
Nah,
and
nah.
then change the subject.
When they ask me how did you do that, I say magic and fuck off.
yeah. But that's our reactions, right? And as Kiyo said, these guys are the ones that want to show it off, right?
Yeah, and they want to
So
explain
imagine
it, and
that.
they come off
Well,
autistic.
yeah, because I remember when I first started. I remember when I very first started, I would like show my rice to people and be like, "Isn't this fucking cool?" And they'd be like, "Nice."
Yeah, sure, dude.
Or just being polite.
Yeah, they're like,
I had a really fucking cringy experience recently. So, you know that Zelgo wallpaper?
Yeah.
I decided to try out to animate it, and
Yep.
my fucking brain dead ass decided to like add a really quick moving animation and make it loop perfectly. So you know how it is like eye raped here already? Imagine that, but 10 times worse.
I remember. I saw it. I talked you out of it. That's pretty great. All right. Anyways, let's get back on track.
Anyway,
So
this one,
yeah.
I'm biased. I think the second one is significantly better, but that's because it was my suggestion. But that lack of shit in the bottom corner puts it at like a 5.5.
Oh.
Based on visuals, I can't give this more than like 4. I don't like it, dude. But I think it's
He
better.
ruined the colors. They looked better, and if he had the colors sorted by like brightness, it would be even better. But
I think this is okay. I'm giving it a 6.
All right.
what the fuck is
What
so
is he
funny,
laughing
bro?
at?
I'm browsing the wild thread.
All right. Let's move on then.
I'm not even paying attention to what's going on right now. I'm just browsing fucking 4chan.
I'm paying attention. I rated it. It's 0.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Moving on. So next screen. Only thing interesting about this is the visual
Trick.
stuff on Trick. The duck explained.
Yeah, basically, no, seriously, it's like just that trick is the only thing that looks nice. I like the blue, I like the black, has a lot of contrast. But other than that, like, shit. First of all, you're
Isn't-
using 3 different fonts, right? So like the number font, like
Yeah.
for the time, and then like trick is a different font. Oh, what to improve is a different font. A new message / memory is a new font.
And it's that. Is it? No, it's not. Okay.
Also,
Never
his
mind.
music controls are pause, fast forward, and rewind, not next and previous. Like, it's pretty standardized at this point.
It is standardized. It's part of an ISO.
It's like,
I have it. Power Amp does the same for me. That's standard.
So the thing is, the duck actually you said actually, the trick has a nice contrast, but nothing else has contrast. It's all
Is it?
just off grays and
Wait.
shit.
Isn't that trick just like part of the album art?
Yeah, do you think that's an album art?
is it?
Yes, it's a different shade. Holy
The
shit.
only good part of it is somebody else's art.
Well, at least he asked for what to improve, right? And like the general terminal interface is kinda well attempted. So
He actually attempted something else, like he actually drew a terminal, except of doing a box with a monospaced font and bunch of shit. That's kind of okay, but the font he used on what to improve is the stock KLWP font, like a VT and 235 something, whatever. And it's just so many different fonts, and honestly, if he removed all of the text from this, it would be unusable. It would be kind of weird, but it would be nice. It would be consistent. And I can't. I'm just allergic to album art. I'm tempted to give this a 0, but I'm going to give this a 2 just because he drew a terminal and it's okay, kind of.
I think this is great room or great potential for improvement, because even though he has like an apparent lack of imagination, he's not like super great, but since he can't figure out what to add himself, but as a starting point, I think this is good. So I'll just give it a middle of the three.
I'm going to mute myself for a bit.
Yeah, very cool. Like a 5.
Thank you, Kanye.
So like a 5 or yeah, a 5.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine.
So
Go ahead.
if he had more contrast, it'd probably be a lot better. Also, that music title memory, the fact that it's rounded fucks it up. Like, it should just stay the same rectangle as it is on the previous page. And like just rounded corners in this rice doesn't look good. Like it can look really good, but the fact that there's rounded corners like all over the place and it's not consistent is a problem. The fact that he's using a million fucking fonts is a problem. The green looks like
Could
shit.
it be that he actually didn't make the terminal himself?
It's just an image.
It's a possibility, actually. I don't
And
know.
he just put in the text.
No, I don't think so.
But
I think he did.
It's
Yeah,
very easy to
probably.
do in Kale. Yeah.
Yes, it's really easy.
all in all, I'd say it's like a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
rethinking.
at least
mine.
he attempted to do color, but he didn't do it very well.
Yeah, I mean,
He just needs to keep at it.
Yeah.
Not delete this home screen, just change a bit.
Shall
It's
we
really nice.
not
it
linger?
has a lot of potential.
Yeah.
Let's just
Alright.
rate it
A lot of
and not linger.
oh yeah.
I'm giving this a 7 because wait, actually no, make that a 6. It's above average.
Yeah. I'm lowering mine to 4 just because potential doesn't mean it'll eventually end up good. So
It's
rating on its
two
own
for me.
terms, I'm giving this a 4.
Anyway, moving on, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be quiet for this one because this one's mine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I'll just start it off because it's probably like biased because in general I like Kiyo's races quite a bit because they're pretty good, but overall it's pretty boring. Like for what it is, it's like it's an app, a screen, a container with apps. It's just that the container is so nice. Like it's so
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
And I know how hard it is to make these things, and I know that they take a super amount of effort to make all those details in the like corners and stuff. So it's probably like. excuse
I
my
actually
opinion.
you see, I fucked up. My screen is cracked and I can't see the top right of my screen very well.
Oh,
So the top right of the decoration actually is fucked. It doesn't meet the edges.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit fucked.
But the thing is it does look really nice, but there are a couple of issues. Like, namely, the music controls. I mean, I guess if you would set it up for yourself, it doesn't need to be obvious, but they're not very obviously music controls. And also, it's basically an app drawer. It's like, and you don't need that many apps. Like, guaranteed, you don't use that many apps. Like, maybe you use all of them every once in a while, but fucking folder.
I use that for my college PDFs schedule and shit every day for dozens of times. I actually use all of those apps dozens of times per day.
Yeah, which is why they're probably there. But yeah, it is basically like on the ground floor. It is a glorified app drawer, basically.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's just that it looks really nice.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like it's super. It's like if this was not as well designed, it would be a shit rice because like just using text for your apps instead of using icons, making an app drawer instead of using your app drawer, you know, and a leading 0 on the time.
I don't get why you don't like that. I think it
It
makes
doesn't.
it
It
looks
doesn't
better.
look nice. I guess on like monospaced fonts, it looks nice, but like
This
I
is a
just think it looks
monospace
stupid.
font.
Yeah, in consolata.
yeah, that's what I said.
As for my thoughts, I love this purely on the account that I fucking love old Unix interfaces. Like this seems to be based on like the motif toolkit, and if you don't know what that is, it's basically like GTK but older and more aesthetic in the sense that it's the nostalgic kind of aesthetic, and I fucking love that. But yeah, basically any complaints. Oh, and another thing is that I noticed that the background is also it's generated from the album art, and it's probably monochromed and colorized, and that is a nice touch. But as for complaints, it's pretty much the same as what the noise and the duck said. Basically, the music controls, they may need some change.
But I
And,
suppose they're pretty standardized. It's before, play, pause, and next.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just that there's no
but
visual.
just for
indication, I
clarity
guess.
and visual interest, just to spice things
Anyway,
up a bit, perhaps.
what I've wondered is why did you take a screenshot of the apps thing?
It's a
yeah,
nice
because
detail.
it's a nice.
Ah.
It's not especially well positioned, I would say, but it also just shows the diamond for each of the apps and how the text works with them.
Do you guys remember that one fad that happened like maybe 1 or 2 years ago, where everyone just decided to make windows, like a bunch of windows,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
I made one.
I may.
what if this style was applied to him, like not exactly this, but the full-on motif toolkit kind of style? They just went full aesthetic. I wonder if that could work.
Well, just
But it would
start
take a
yourself, dude.
shitload more effort.
Just start it yourself. Yeah, that's the issue.
Yeah.
Because this takes a
Just
shit ton
to
of effort.
butt in, I cannot describe to you the amount of finicky little bullshit I've had to gone through to make this little fucking border.
Yeah.
It's layers upon dark, upon light, and the highlights.
Yeah.
No, I know
You know
exactly.
what?
I made a Windows
When-
XP window border once, and I know exactly what you're fucking talking about.
Yeah.
So when you use sizes less than 1 in KLWP, it completely shits itself, and let's say 2 pixels on one side will not be equal on your home screen on the
No.
other. It's 2, alright, it looks 2, it is 2, but you need to make 1.5 to make it look okay.
I'm thinking if this whole fiasco could be worked around with just using images.
Yeah.
Would it be possible to
dot-
get around that?
.svg images would save a whole lot of time, but I'm just an artistical piece of shit.
Yeah, but you have to then you have
I
to
might
make
on-
those. So
Honestly, I might just copy this.
yeah, good luck. Have fun.
Good luck.
Just download the wallpaper and then just set it as my wallpaper and get everything off of it. And be like, look at this thing I made.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you could do that.
What another thing
Also,
I
I
find.
would like to point out one app that is helping me loads to make rices. It's called
What's that sound?
Pixlr. So Pixolor.
Oh yeah,
And
the
just
photo
creates
image.
an overlay over your display with a little crosshair, which you can put on any part of your screen and get that color in hex or. in
Oh, that's
whatever.
nice.
That is
And
really
it
nice.
just- yes, and it's so much easier to copy little images and colors without having to use BP in KLWP or palette apps or whatever.
Oh yeah,
And it
I
just
use
makes
I
it so
use
much easier to
color
work with
grammar
color.
for the same thing though. Yeah.
Yeah,
I just take a screenshot and open it in Photoshop.
give me numerals.
All right.
All right.
But before the numerals, I just want to point out that it was hilarious that you got called out for listening to Neutral Milk Hotel, especially this song. That was so
Hey, come on.
funny.
Neutral Milk Hotel, I mean, especially this album, however mean it is, it's actually a good album.
It is a
It was-
really great
it was
album.
So
Yes.
funny.
Agreed.
So
And there's a reason why it's a meme. It's marvelous.
yeah.
I mean,
Alright.
don't you want to fuck a 14-year-old dead Jew?
All the time.
All right.
All the time.
Numeral
Can we
time.
put that on
Stains the
YouTube?
mountaintop, dude.
No,
Semen stains the mountaintop.
doesn't matter. If
It's
we
gonna be privated anyways.
if we
Just-
aren't allowed to upload to YouTube, we'll upload it to Vimeo
You
or
know-
something.
It's ironic when I posted this rice, I posted another one as a quote unquote bonus round, just to show it off, and in case that poster is back, so I could just laugh at him. Then I got name dropped for not rating.
Yeah, because the guy is actually retarded.
Jesus.
How did I not notice this, Rice? I went through everything.
Which one?
What price?
Yours.
The satellite.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't.
What about
The one we're
the
rating.
motif toolkit, the one we were just talking about. I missed it somehow.
Quick question, Kiyo. What did you actually base it off?
I based it off. Would you be able to show it on the screen?
Is it a link?
Yes.
Yeah,
just
sure.
let me upload it to kelp.
Yeah, I could do that.
Hey, base kelp
But
users.
numerals.
Yeah, I'm using kelp. I'm really abusing it. Just
okay.
Give me.
I tested the server some time ago. It can handle like 700 requests a second.
That's really nice. I've never used it that hard. Yeah.
Alright,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
So
I'm gonna say really strong 6 or weak 7.
yeah,
Dude, this is a 9 for me.
yeah,
I don't like app drawers.
yeah.
Who was the one that liked app drawers? Was it Adrift or something?
Adrift doesn't like app drawers. He
No,
doesn't
I
put
don't
apps on his fucking home
Okay,
screen.
then Mango,
Could it be me?
whatever. I don't know. I
maybe.
posted a stock rice and someone said they liked apps. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that was probably me. I liked how they were arranged, if I remember correctly.
Oh, is that the one with the
Anyway.
diagonal thing through it?
No,
No.
No,
it's
one
it's
was-
it
fairly
was a
old.
really shitty simple rice.
Uh,
Anyway, oh, there it is. Hold on.
I'll have to download it real quick so you can do.
Yeah.
You can,
Share Kelp's Place.
yeah. So
I really like your app. It's just so easy to use.
shilling,
there it is.
Shilling, yeah. Shilling.
I plan to rewrite it in
nice.
Flutter.
Is this an
Sounds
actual
nice.
GIF or is it just like
No, it's not. It's just still GIF.
based still GIFs? All right.
I kind of want to.
Calculator's not optically centered though.
The colors are all
You're
over the
not
place.
reviewing the fucking calculator.
Okay.
It's an actual fucking calculator.
At least yours is optically centered.
All right.
I thought
let's
about doing the grid,
zip, zip, zip.
but it's
Reference
just no.
on screen. That's nice. Wonderful when things actually work. All right. So my rate, I'm giving this like a. I'll give it a 7 or an 8. I think. I just really
8,
like it, and
8,
I know it's
8.
hard to do. So, which
Yeah, it's
shouldn't
technically
really
impressive.
affect the rating if it's
Yeah,
hard
it
or
shouldn't.
time spent. But I know it's fucking horrible, and it looks really good because of the time spent. So
I did the whole thing in a cafe. I was hunched over my phone for 3 hours. The waitress was actually coming over to ask me if I was fine. Do I need help?
Are you
Do I
getting
need water?
dumped right now? Like, why are you so intensely on your phone, bro?
yeah, all right. So moving
I
on.
didn't catch that last one.
Oh yes.
Moving on. The duck. This is all yours. I have nothing to say.
This is
Oh.
this is
Oh,
pure
no,
10 out of
no.
10. No, okay, the reason I want to actually talk about this one is because it's like a perfect example of like somebody who just recently found out like what ricing is, and they have like absolutely no fucking taste at all. Like they just cleaned up their home screen is all they did. But I like it for a number of reasons. First of all, the ha 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 shit that's highlighted, that's from a different movie. It's from the bad one. It's the Jared Leto fucking Joker, right? But then even further is like the apps are like I can't imagine trying to reach for those apps with my thumb. Like I might be a hand.
Yeah, that looks painful.
But like that looks like you're gonna almost drop your phone every time you're opening Clover, you know? And then like the status bar and the fact that it's muted. and then the fucking vignette with the app drawer arrow. It's just like everything about this is just like it's innocent almost, and that's why I like this one. It's not good. Obviously, it's not good, but it's just innocent.
so amusingly bad. You know,
Yeah.
there's a difference between Baby's First Rice on 4chan and Baby's First Rice on Reddit, and this is purely
The Reddit version.
He just asked, what icons should I use? This is my first time. He got recommended some icons and clean up your home screen, and that's it. That's all there is to it.
But guys, remember, he really liked the movie.
Dude, I really no lie.
All
I liked
sins
the
are
movie
forgiven.
too.
I never watched it.
I haven't
Literally
seen it yet.
busted up laughing when he
I
said
haven't
the
seen
word society. I could not help it. I was just-
That was purely
like,
new material. That
I was just like,
solely for the internet.
and the thing is that wasn't in. That's not in the script. In the script it's
Honestly.
in the script it's community, but he says society.
Society.
Oh god.
Base, dude.
Based in
Yeah.
Red World.
Honestly. Anyway, let's move on. I say 2 out of 10 or 3 out of 10. But it's
don't know.
entertaining. It's
It's
entertaining.
It's.
one.
I'm not gonna rate it.
Moving on. All right, I put this one in because I like it.
Yes, I know Noise put this one in, but I
So-
just want to come in before
Yeah, you can
Noise
start.
and say Noise is going to come all over this fucking rice. He's going to slurp it up and enjoy every little bit of whatever it's pronounced. And I'm just need to prepare myself for that because it's going to be totally pathetic.
Actually, I would like to point out that this is probably the first good terminal rice in the past 3 years.
Yes.
Incorrect.
Honestly, true.
Did you see my terminal rice? Guys,
it
come
was
on, dude.
probably trash.
Come on, dude.
It was probably crap.
Post it.
Post it,
No,
bitch.
but you actually haven't
Post
seen
it. We'll rate it on the spot. Shut the fuck up.
it. All right.
Post it, and we're gonna rate it on the spot.
I'll try to do that
okay.
while I talk about why I like this one. And I don't actually like it that much as Kiyo says, but I think it looks nice. And it's
Harry
mostly
Potter and the audacity of this bitch.
but it's oh my god. It's mostly just-
Even the moon runs are tasteful.
yeah, I assume
What?
that
What is that?
ASCII art and the moon runes are a part of the background image, and
Quick
not
question:
actually.
did he make the ASCII art in KLWP,
That would be
or is it an image?
Awesome. That would be so cool.
I've
If
tried
that
to
could
do
be
ASCII
dynamic.
art in KLWP, but it's fucking impossible.
I will
it's
try to do it. I will try to do it. I
Dude,
will succeed.
imagine
No.
this with dynamic
succeed.
ASCII waifus.
Oh my god, yes.
all in KLWP.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah,
I know my
that
next
is
rice.
what makes it
I know
cool,
my next
right? Because I assume this isn't, but if it was, that would be so.
That would be so fucking neat.
So
An instant, Ken.
yeah,
Instant.
right. So this is one part of the potential, but also I just think it looks nice. I think it's cool. Probably because it's a bit of novel thing, like the
Also, this
with
is
the
how you do a
boxes.
good OLED
Yeah,
rice as well.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of people think that it's just maximize the amount of black and negative space in OLED rices, but those aren't ever good. This is a good one because it has a proper contrast balance. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I like it though. I like the fact that even the boxes are made out of ASCII and
It's a really interesting concept, and honestly, I'm into pure text interfaces, so same as Noise, 8.
I like it. I like it quite a bit. It's honestly one of the only good terminal rices that I've ever seen, and I'll give it a 7.5. It's not really my vibe. Also has weep shit.
yeah.
So, The thing I dislike most is that the spacing, the padding on programs is different than all of the others.
Yeah, it's
So
like
Time Music, Yuma, and Android all have, really close padding. The programs just,
It's
and
like
it
down
doesn't,
an extra line.
and it's not actually. The
Oh, yeah, I
padding is
just
not
noticed that.
equal on the top of programs and on the bottom of programs.
That's how text works. It's the same for everything. But
Okay, sure, whatever.
that sounds technical.
Fucking just takes it really hard. Okay, fine.
but yeah,
And the
you have a
actually,
point.
I don't know, it just seems weird not to use the same font size for the ASCII art and the rest of the thing.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
Yeah, but the
probably
thing
because
is,
it's
it's a really
an
large
image.
ASCII image. Like
because
it's
an
really
image.
big, and so if he were to make the ASCII art the same size, or if he were to make the other things the same size, like the size of everything would be fucked up. Like
Yeah, of
And
course.
you know what-
those boxes
you know
would be
what else?
unusably small.
You probably couldn't be able to do it just right since it's an image and not actually made in KLWP. So you
Oh.
would need to use like 23.3, which KLWP doesn't allow.
Also,
you would never.
I don't know if any of you noticed, but the ASCII art has a slightly different color than everything else.
I know.
I don't think it does. I think
Yeah,
it's because it's
off
smaller.
gray.
Oh, it
That
That
actually
might be
is.
the.
It actually is.
Oh yeah, no, but it's a darker way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is also off-putting. So it's a 6 for me.
All right.
Move.
I just really like it. Moving on.
Oh yeah.
Moving
to
on,
screen,
the last
the
screen.
duck really likes.
Yes. So if you zoom in, the icons don't actually look that good. But no, I really like
No.
I like the use of the font and the use of color. If the icons were a little bit flatter, they would actually look a lot better. Now that they're like really fucking big, it's obvious how like dumb they look. But
They're
yeah,
blurry
no,
and
I will
squiggly.
continue to defend that the Wednesday of October, number 30, 2019, that is intentional. That's intentional. It's on purpose. Like, there's no way that he did that. If he did that by accident, it's shit. But like, he did that on purpose. He definitely did that on purpose.
Yeah,
Because
he-
the rest of it is good.
He truncated the October and did pound 30/2019. And I think it's really nice that he actually managed to make the colors right. And it's nice. But the main gripe with it is that the background is noisy, while the font is really clean. And the icons are squiggly. And it doesn't. I don't know.
The noisy
doesn't
background
really
and the
bind.
clean font is a good contrast, I would argue.
Yeah. Actually, the more I look at it, the more I agree with the duck that this is like bait. Like good bait.
Yeah, it's like extremely well executed bait.
Yeah, because
Why? I mean, sure.
Honestly, when
because
you look at the whole picture, this like has the perfect formula to piss off a person who browses 4chan. Like it just has, it looks fine on the outside, but if you look at the details, it would piss you off.
all right.
Yeah,
Just
and
listen
the
to
details the details are he doesn't have 4chan, he has fucking Reddit.
Yeah,
icon.
right.
Yeah.
That's like the big
This is
tell.
bait. This is bait, and it's marvelous.
Yeah, but here's the
I
deal,
like
right? I thought to begin with that today is Wednesday of October 30 out of 2019 is like just he was actually being retarded because it's like it kind of makes sense. Today is Wednesday. Yeah, that's nice. But and then it's the 30th Wednesday in October 2019. But it's like but then you have the icons.
Oh, that would be the great. Today is the 30th Wednesday of October.
Yeah, right.
Oh my goodness. That would be so good. I'm making that my fucking rice right now. Like,
Okay. Next price we will make the date as
There is no
obfuscated
next-
as possible.
This is
As
the last one.
obfuscated as possible. It is the 212th occurrence of this day since 1970 POSIX time, uncorrected for the leap second.
Today's
Of
the
2019.
13th week of the year in the year of our Lord 2020.
Oh, that makes it great.
Oh, what if we
Anyway.
use the North Korean? North Koreans count their years from like the day their leader was born or some shit. What if we use that?
Imagine using the Casio S-Watch time, internet time, with the points and the so the
Oh
entire
yeah, the
time is decimal.
UTF time.
No, the entire time is decimal, and there is no smaller division other than second, and the unofficial division is unofficial because it uses decimal points. So it's decimal points within decimal points, and it's
Based.
retarded.
It's based. I think you misspoke there.
Sure.
Um,
And it would look a lot better if the apps were smaller, or perhaps left aligned. No, actually not. Not
Yeah.
scratch that.
I think they look nice right aligned. I think they just take up a bit too much space, and they. Right, this is like
You know
rating
what
it
would
on
look
its-
nice if he pulled the wallpaper through a noise reduction filter. It would make it look a bit like an oil painting.
Yeah, but
An
I
oil
kind of
painting
like
would
the
be
noisy.
I like it.
It's a bit comfy, like even if it's just like fake comfy, but it's comfy.
Of
Comfortable.
course, you like the noise.
Noise.
Come at me.
Anyway, it's a 6.
Yeah.
from me.
If it's bait, that's gonna be
It's
an
a-
8 from.
Well, it's bait. But
If it's
it's
bait,
great.
that's an 8.
It-
If
it's
it's
fun.
not bait, then it's a 2.
Yeah, great bait, mate. 8 out of 8.
But you know what?
Nothing more to
Not a
say.
lot of people actually possess the subtleties to make this bait. I think this was just a cross poster from Reddit.
You think? I
Possibly.
don't think so.
Maybe.
I don't think anyone would post "Today is Wednesday of October" on Reddit. Just like intentionally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think,
the comment
actually, no,
section
I
would
think
probably
if they
decimate
did
them.
if you did post today's Wednesday of October on Reddit, they wouldn't even roast you for it.
No, they did.
Like-
They wouldn't even notice. I guess. This is just like.
On its aesthetic merits, I think it's good. I think the red needs to be a little bit like instead of orange, it just needs to be a little bit redder, and then like the icons need to be fixed, and then like have the Reddit swapped out for clover, and it's a 9 out of 10. But without those changes, it's a very strong 7. Aesthetically speaking, it's not like technically
Yeah.
impressive at all, though.
We need to pick a new OP. There might, since there's still like 50 posts left in the thread, there might potentially come a better candidate.
Oh,
I
come
doubt
on.
it, but they might.
Let's just post an old fucking one as the OP.
Yeah, should we do that? Like, should I
And
just
then make
post
the,
my
make
stream?
the edition, make
No,
the
no, no,
edition, learn to make better rices faggots edition.
Should we
Yeah.
post? Should we post the meme screen?
Yes,
called-
The
yes.
Trump one.
What,
the Trump
the
one. We
last
should
one?
do the Trump
The-
one.
No, post
No,
the bait.
no. No, it has to be something from this.
This
thread.
one?
Come on, guys. What the
The
fuck are
Wednesday
you
of
doing?
October.
I could post this.
Yes.
The last one
Oh
with
no, dude! It ran
nice
out.
bait dude edition or something.
Yeah, so we could do like the last one, the Wednesday of
Yeah.
October.
Yeah.
But can we do the cutouts as well with the apps and the...
Yes.
Yeah, sure. I could just like take a
Yeah,
screenshot of
just
this.
just make this one page of the PDF the fucking OP.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, I'm glad to see where you're unanimous on what the OP will be.
All right.
Yeah, it's
Wonderful.
just-
And
Make the edition
Any
Wednesday
closing-
of October edition.
Wednesday of October. Deal. Fucking deal. Anyway, let's wrap this shit up. Do you
Yep.
have any closing words? Any of you?
No, I'll say that I'm kind of working on some rices, rice. But
I'm
it
working on 2
probably
cups of rice right now,
won't
4 cups of
be-
water.
Yeah.
I
I'm using
may or
no
may not
water.
have a new one in the works. It's gonna come soon, trademark.
Yeah, very cool.
Anyway, I just want to say that I'm really fucking disappointed in the threads lately. Nothing has
Same.
been above a 7
That's what
or a 6 from me in this entire review. And I'm just hoping someone comes along and posts something decent.
That's
Because
just
I'm tired.
symptomatic of like the fact that
Tired.
Adrift doesn't post his rice anymore. Mango
Yeah.
doesn't post his rice anymore. We don't post our rices anymore.
Well,
Yeah.
we
Like-
post sometimes.
It's full of new
Yeah.
facts.
And the only
basically.
time we do post our rices is when we're doing something experimental and shitty, like the current one that I posted in the thread. You know, It's
Or
like
my
that one.
Zalgo.
Yeah.
That Zalgo one's good though.
It's an eyesore, and at this point, I'm
disagree,
bored of it.
but anyways, on the bigger point, totally agree. I don't think there's any disagreement on this. Let's try to make this happen. Each thread, I'll try to make it happen.
Yeah, I had
Me
fun.
too.
And this
I
is
had a lot of fun.
great. Toodaloo.